Picture this, you're at trivia night, the room buzzing with anticipation, and the final question is announced. What is the capital of Kyrgyzstan? Suddenly your mind goes completely blank, and you can almost hear the collective groan from your team. You rack your brain, but nothing comes to mind except a vague sense of panic, and a jumble of similar-sounding country names. You try to picture a map of Central Asia, hoping for a clue, but all you see is a blur of countries ending in stan. The borders seem to melt together and the names start to sound almost identical. Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. It's like your brain is playing a trick on you, turning geography into a tongue twister. This kind of mix-up is surprisingly common. It's a bit like confusing the two crises in Hollywood, Hemsworth or Evans, Pine or Pratt. The names are just close enough to trip you up, especially when you're under pressure, but don't worry, it's not a sign that you're bad at geography. Our brains are wired to take shortcuts, especially when faced with information that sounds or looks similar. It's a natural way to process the world, even if it sometimes leads to a little confusion. The names of these countries sound so similar, and that's no accident. They share a long, intertwined history, shaped by centuries of migration, empire, and cultural exchange. It's easy to see why the details can get tangled up in our minds. That's where this guide comes in. We're here to help you untangle the confusion and give you the tools to tell these two fascinating nations apart. By the end, you'll be able to impress your friends, and maybe even win that trivia night. We'll dive into their unique histories, explore their diverse geography, and get to know their vibrant cultures. Think of it as building separate mental shelves for Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, so you can keep their stories straight and appreciate what makes each one special. Learning about the world, one stan at a time, is not just useful, it's genuinely amazing. Every country has its own story, and understanding those stories helps us see the world in a richer, more connected way. These countries are so much more than just names on a map. They're home to breathtaking mountain landscapes, vast open steppes, and centuries-old traditions that are still alive today. From the nomadic heritage of the Kyrgyz to the bustling cities of Kazakhstan, there's a world of difference to discover. So, let's set off on this journey through Central Asia together and build a real, lasting understanding of Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. No more mix-ups, just curiosity and discovery. Meet Kazakhstan, the 9th largest country in the world. Stretching across the heart of Central Asia, Kazakhstan is a land of immense scale and striking contrasts. Its territory is so vast that it spans 2 continents, Europe and Asia, and covers a staggering 2.7 million square kilometers. It's bigger than all of Western Europe combined, making it one of the most expansive countries on the planet. From the Caspian Sea in the west to the Altai Mountains in the east, Kazakhstan's borders seem to stretch endlessly. Imagine Texas, then multiply it by 4, that's Kazakhstan. To put it another way, you could fit several major European countries inside its borders and still have room to spare. Its flag is sky blue with a golden sun and eagle, representing peace, freedom, and the vast open skies that define the Kazakh steppe. The intricate pattern along the flag's edge reflects the country's rich cultural heritage. Kazakhstan is home to the Baikonur Cosmodrome, the world's first and largest space launch facility. This historic site has sent both satellites and astronauts into orbit, playing a crucial role in the global space race. Now let's look at Kyrgyzstan, often called the Switzerland of Central Asia, for its breathtaking mountain scenery and pristine alpine lakes. Though much smaller than Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan is a country where nature takes center stage. Over 90% of Kyrgyzstan is covered by mountains, with the mighty Tian Shan Range dominating the landscape. These peaks are not just beautiful, they shape the climate, culture, and way of life here. Its flag is red with a golden sun, symbolizing bravery and the warmth of the Kyrgyz people. At the center of the sun is a tunduk, the crown of a traditional yurt, representing home and unity. The world's largest natural growth walnut forests are here, in the lush valleys of Arslanbab. These ancient forests have provided food and shelter for generations, and are a source of pride for the Kyrgyz people. Kazakhstan is vast and flat, rich in resources like oil, gas, and minerals. Its economy is driven by these natural assets, making it a major regional player and a bridge between east and west. Think wide open spaces, endless horizons, and rockets soaring into the sky, a land where tradition meets modern ambition. Kyrgyzstan, on the other hand, is defined by its verticality. Life here unfolds in valleys tucked between towering mountains, where communities have adapted to the rugged terrain for centuries. its culture is deeply connected to the landscape: herders on horseback, nomadic traditions, and yurts dotting the high pastures. The mountains are not just a backdrop, but a way of life. Think soaring peaks, epic tales of heroism, and a spirit shaped by the wild beauty of the land. These key differences, Kazakhstan's sweeping steppes and modern ambitions, Kyrgyzstan's dramatic mountains and ancient traditions, help us understand each country better and set the stage for exploring their unique stories. Why do we mix up these countries? The names are similar: Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. Both start with K, end with stan, and have similar sounds. They're landlocked neighbors in Central Asia, a geographical blind spot for many. Both were part of the Soviet Union, colored as one big chunk on maps. They share cultural heritage, with nomadic roots and similar traditions. For many, these countries don't come up often in news or pop culture. This lack of exposure makes it easy to merge them into one concept. It's not a failure of intelligence, just how memory works. Understanding these factors helps us untangle the confusion. Before Google Maps, understanding distant lands was messy. Central Asia was mysterious, often misunderstood by outsiders. Early maps were based on traders' accounts, leading to inaccuracies. The lands of the Kazakhs and Kyrgyz were labeled as Tartary, a vague term. Travelers' tales mixed fact and fiction, creating romanticized images. During the Soviet era, information was controlled, emphasizing a collective identity. When the Soviet Union dissolved, there was an information gap. The habit of lumping the region together was hard to break. This historical lack of clear information entrenched the confusion. No discussion of Kazakhstan is complete without Borat. The film presented a fictional, absurd version of Kazakhstan. It cemented an inaccurate stereotype, creating a fact-checking challenge. Mainstream news also makes blunders, mixing up footage and maps. These errors reinforce public confusion. Even sports aren't immune. A parody anthem was played at a competition. These mix-ups show media's power in shaping perceptions. When media is the only reference, right or wrong, it sticks. These goofs highlight the need for media literacy and fact-checking. Today, we have unprecedented access to information. You can learn about Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan in seconds online. Modern fact-checking is immediate and multi-layered. Tools like Google Maps let you explore both countries visually. Social media offers direct windows into these cultures. You can follow bloggers, watch cooking channels, and listen to musicians. This access helps replace stereotypes with authentic stories. The internet is full of misinformation, so critical consumption is key. We can now build a nuanced understanding of these nations. Now let's make this information stick with some simple, memorable tricks that will help you tell Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan apart in seconds. Whether you're prepping for a quiz, planning a trip, or just want to sound smart at your next dinner party, these tips will make it easy. First, remember Kazakhstan is colossal. Think of the letter K as standing for colossal or king-sized. It's the 9th largest country in the world, stretching across vast steppes and open plains. On a map, Kazakhstan looks like a giant sprawling blob dominating Central Asia with its sheer size. In contrast, Kyrgyzstan is much smaller and packed with mountains. Picture a crinkly ball of rugged terrain with peaks and valleys everywhere you look. If Kazakhstan is the flat, endless steppe, Kyrgyzstan is the land of dramatic heights and alpine beauty. So, K for colossal, K for Kazakhstan. Let that alliteration help you remember which is which. Now let's talk capitals. Astana, Kazakhstan's capital, is a city of futuristic architecture and gleaming skyscrapers, rising out of the steppe like a vision of tomorrow. Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan, is nestled at the foot of towering mountains, giving it a rugged, adventurous vibe. So, Astana equals sleek and steppes. Think modern city in a sea of grass. Bishkek equals rugged and ranges. Imagine a city surrounded by dramatic mountain ranges. Flags are another great clue. Kazakhstan's flag is a beautiful sky blue, symbolizing peace, with a golden sun and a soaring eagle, both symbols of freedom and the vast open sky. To help you remember, think King's Air Force, KA for Kazakhstan. The eagle and the sky blue color make it easy to spot. Kyrgyzstan's flag, on the other hand, is bright red with a yellow sun in the center, and inside the sun is a pattern that looks like the roof of a yurt, the traditional nomadic home. The name Kyrgyzstan has 3 Ys, so think yellow yurt to remember the flag and the nomadic culture. For a quick summary, Kazakhstan is the colossal steppe country. famous for its vast open spaces and even a spaceport, the legendary Baikonur Cosmodrome. Kyrgyzstan is the mountainous nomadic country, dotted with alpine lakes and traditional yurts, where the landscape is as dramatic as the culture is rich. So associate vastness and flatness with Kazakhstan and verticality and adventure with Kyrgyzstan. One is wide and open, the other is tall and wild. Using these visual and verbal tricks, you're actually building new neural pathways in your brain, making it easier to separate the two countries whenever you see them on a map or hear their names. With these simple memory hacks, you're now a Central Asia geography expert, ready to impress your friends, ace your next quiz, or just enjoy knowing a little more about this fascinating part of the world.